Congratulations, how's it, David? Well done on the result.
Thank you.
If I heard Tabrez correctly just now, he said that after he didn't have the best bowling day in Bristol, but he said that there wasn't an overreaction and nobody kind of jumped on him. If I heard him correctly, was that the approach? It's like, okay, that game didn't go very well. Let's just go forward, because I mean, obviously not much time has passed since Bristol.
Yeah, I think we know the bowler that he is. He's not the best in the world for nothing. We know what he's capable of, and to have a game like that where they were coming at him, obviously they were coming at other bowlers as well. So, like you mentioned, it was a small boundary. If anything, there was one or two pointers just to mention to him, just to remind him what he can do and what he's capable of, and just to build his confidence up rather than tell him what to do, because he knows what to do. So yeah, there was that kind of chat, and again, there was a game the next day, so you don't want to quite harp too much on the negative, but obviously just mention what his strengths are and just remind him what he's capable of.
Thanks, Telford. Nathan?
David, firstly, congratulations with the series victory. I just wanted to find out, what was the marks or remarks after today's game?
To be honest with you, I actually haven't spoken to him. I've just had interviews after interviews, but yeah, I mean, there was. I mean, when we shook each other's hands, it was just a huge. I mean, the guys were extremely happy. I know that we're going to talk about it now after this and just dissect and have a few drinks and enjoy ourselves. But yeah, I mean, after being 1-0 down in the series to come back the way we did, he can be super proud of all of the guys' performances.
Thanks, Nathan. Keenan?
Hi, David. Well played. In your innings, I know you weren't out there, but through the middle, Reza and Aiden kept it on the ground a lot through the middle, and then you came in and Stubbs came in and looked to go for the sixes, and you hit the only six of the innings. Was that a conscious decision that you guys made, that the Aiden and Reza would keep it along the ground and look for the twos and the fours, while you guys, you and Stubbs would come in and go for the sixes?
Yeah, I mean, it sort of ties into what we like to do. We try and limit the dot balls as much as possible, and being the big boundary that this is, if you hit space, there's a lot of twos and fours. So it was a conscious effort of trying to hit into gaps, hit hard, and run hard. So I think it was the pitch wasn't coming through like beautifully. It was kind of like just stopping. There was a little bit of nibble in the pitch as well, so it was quite kind of difficult to hit the sixes, especially with the big boundary all around. So I think the guys batted really well, set the innings up phenomenally well. Really proud of the way they batted, and yeah, I mean, you can look at all different areas. So we could have got more sixes and more boundaries and stuff, but I think in between the boundaries, we capitalised really well with the ones and twos.
Thanks, Vicky.
Thanks, DC. How's it, David? Congratulations. First white ball series win for South Africa in England since 1998. I'm sure you were still at Bradford College then. But beyond,
I was in primary school.
Beyond the actual series itself, the last two performances, how proud are you of those, just the performances themselves, and in what sort of space do you feel that leaves the team with the World Cup just like 2.5 months away?
Yeah, I mean, it's a huge achievement. To be honest with you, I didn't realise that was the case since '98. But just winning here in England is really tough, and especially the team that they have. We know that they like to come hard, and they've been really successful. So, like I've mentioned so many times, the last 12 to 18 months as a squad, we've really been really consistent, building a really nice, combinations. And like Shamsi said, we're sticking to our blueprint really well. Guys are nice and clear, and it's great to see the performances and the results coming through, especially coming up to a World Cup. we did really well in the previous World Cup. Obviously not being able to get through the semis, but winning 4 out of 5 was a great achievement. And I think the guys are in a great space, taking a lot of confidence from something like this. And also, a lot of new guys coming through and doing really well and putting up their hands. So it does. It's a great, healthy space to be in as a squad and a team. And yeah, I think the guys can be really proud of themselves.
Thanks, Ken, for those.
Hi, David. Well done. David Shannon said you'd be the person to ask, even though I know you're the stand-in captain. Just what do you see as the selection headaches now, and kind of, you're in a leadership position and you've done this for a long time. How do you see the team shaping up ahead of the World Cup?
Yeah, I mean, I would be lying if I said nothing, but I think like I mentioned, I think it's a really healthy space to be in with a lot of competition, and the guys have established a really nice squad, but a lot of the new guys coming through, putting up their hands, it's great to see. That's where we want to be. So we'd rather have those headaches than having no options. So I think, like Shamsi said, the captain will speak. I'm not one of the selectors, so I'll leave that to them to decide. But I think, like I mentioned, it's a great space to be in as a team.
Thanks, Rose. We're going to take one from the floor. Dean?
David, I've got a couple. One about England's batting at the moment. Do you get a sense, these are a lot of guys that you've played with around the world in lots of different tournaments and internationally. Do you get a sense that everybody else is kind of caught up with England's big hitting, that they're not necessarily setting the standard for others to chase now that they've kind of been brought into the pack, and you've kind of taken maybe a bit away, a bit of that fear factor that they used to have?
I mean, I wouldn't say that. T20 cricket it's very, the margin for errors is so small. So I think, losing the series for them with the batters that they have, I give a lot of credit to our bowlers. I think we bowled extremely well, and at the end of the day, I think that we played really good cricket in good stages of the game and big moments. We put up our hands. So in terms of their big hitting and their fear factor, I think that will always be there. They've got some phenomenal batters. Like I mentioned, T20 cricket it's a funny game. So Australia didn't do too well before the previous World Cup and went and won the World Cup. So I think it's just about making sure that whatever series us as a team go into, we're really sort of up for the battle, and whoever is on the day can win the game. So it's just not really taking things for granted.
And the next assignment for you, the 100 coming up, how much are you looking forward to getting involved with that tournament? And do you think that that's something that will also have a positive impact on England's team going forward?
Definitely. I wasn't part of it last year. I watched a couple games, and I've heard a lot of good things about it. It's very exciting. It's a quick game, and it can only benefit England's cricket. Although they've done really, really well, but it can continue to benefit them with their players that they've got. And yeah, I mean, it's an exciting format and something new, something fresh. So I'm really looking forward to joining the Welsh Fire next week Saturday, I think. But all gearing up for that.
100 balls. I mean, England only faced 100 balls out there. Is that going to change anything in terms of the way you go about things? Because that looked like that was ideally suited to 100-ball cricket.
Yeah, to be honest with you, I haven't given it a huge amount of thought just yet. I mean, I'm going to kind of just chat to the guys leading up to this week, about the mindset and how they go about it and stuff like that. But for me, going from one-day cricket to T20 cricket is I've got a formula that I like to stick to, and I've been really successful at that over the last couple of years. So I just want to try and probably just emulate that going to the 100.
Great, thanks. We are going to take the last two questions, that being from Lloyd and then wrapping up with Nathan.
Thanks, Lucy. How's it, Dave? Well done. And just on the 100 games, if you could just give us a few words on that. Congratulations on that milestone. How much does it mean to you? Just talk a bit about that, about the day, and if there was anything that was done that made it a bit more special for you. Obviously, the win of the series, when I would imagine makes it, all the more sweet.
Yeah, thanks very much, Lloyd. I think you nailed everything there. But yeah, I mean, it really is a privilege to play for your country, and I really didn't think that I would play 100 T20 games for my country. You know, it's a privilege, and I'm very proud of what's happened. And yeah, I mean, it does make it a lot more special, you know, coming down to the last game in this series and winning it the way we did. Really, really pleased and proud of the guys' performances today. That does make it a lot more special for the day. And yeah, I mean, I'm really hoping that I've got a lot more in me, but I wouldn't say another 100 because it's taken me 13 years to get here.
Thanks, Lloyd. Nathan?
Dave, just touching on Lloyd's question, as a captain, if we wrap up the series being named the so-called standing captain, how will you summarize the series in the captain's shoes? I mean, the challenges and the good moments as well.
Yeah, I must be honest. It's been a really sort of eye-opener to me. You know, stand-in captain, you get a different perspective of what guys are thinking to do as bowlers. And you know, there's just after the first game where things didn't quite go according to plan in terms of result, there were kind of moments on the game that when we were fielding, I kind of regretted looking back on it that evening. You know, thinking about certain things, what to do and stuff like that, and things that I could have changed. I suppose you get that probably every game, but you know, just over the short time, just trying to sort of go with my gut a lot more, you know, on big moments. And I think as a team, we've contributed extremely well, you know, to show the bounce back ability that we had, 1-0 down to a seriously good T20 team. I'm extremely proud of the way the guys stood up in all different areas of the game. You know, whether it was a small contribution at a big moment to Shamsi's 5 for today, with Riley at, you know, getting that 90 odd out. You know, there's just been really good contributions all the way through. Look at the fielding in the first game where things didn't quite go. You know, no one drops catches on purpose, but our standards are really high and we expect a lot better than that. And we did speak about it and address it. And to show. I don't think we dropped a catch in the last 2 games, and we took some seriously good catches. So just all-round bounce-back ability that shows a lot of character as a team, and where we've come from the last 12 to 18 months.